Alright, let's get down to business, shall we? Buonasera. Il mio nome è Caleb e la mia presentazione sulla nazione d'Italia. In other words, my name is Caleb, and I'll be forming Italy today. You may have watched my previous Let's Play. If you did, it was a steaming pile of crap, I know. I mean, who really wants to watch Little Utrecht do, well, what Little Utrecht does, which is nothing special anyway. But we're gonna do something a bit more robust today. And by today I mean December 1st. And I also mean it's not all gonna be today. But Iron Man mode is ticked. Italy. And let us begin. Alright, so basically I'm going to walk you through the initial steps that you need to take to form Italy in Iron Man mode. That's probably all I'll do tonight because it's fairly late here and I don't want to talk for too long because people will probably get annoyed. As soon as the game initializes, we shall begin. Alright. So first thing you want to do, Austria. Similar to the Utrecht save, you want them to love you. Another person you want to ally right off the bat, Big Blue Blob. Your big brother France. He'll look after you. Okay. And Conquer Ancona. Absolutely, always. If you get the Conquer Ancona mission, take it every single time. Trust me. Just trust me. First of all, to look at it, Ancona is one of the provinces you need to form Italy. Now, the reason I started as Tuscany and not Naples is because if you look here, Naples is under a personal union with Aragon. So, first of all, I'd have to wait probably 50 to 100 years for Castile to take out Aragon. And when I did that, I'd be able to take maybe Rome and Ancona and Siena, and then the rest of it I'd have to push up into the HRE to get. As you can see, pretty much everything you need to take except this and this is a part of the HRE. So it's a lot better to do it as Tuscany because you're under the protection of the HRE. I misclicked a little bit there. So without further ado, I'm gonna get rid of this because this is pretty much useless. I thought there was a trade ship there, that's why I separated it. Joke's on me, there wasn't. Alright, so may as well I'll rival them because I mean, and the Papal State as well, because A, I'm gonna wipe these people out in about 5 seconds, and B, the Papal State I also need to take, and I may as well rival Ferrara as well. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, aside from that, don't do this, just bad idea, don't do it. See the list of nations that will hate you? That's pretty much every single nation that you don't want to piss off, even though you're going to be taking most of them anyway. Because the Papal State and Ancona hate you, and Ferrara doesn't particularly like you, Milan kind of likes you, and you don't want them to hate you until you're ready. So essentially, it's a game of patience with Italy, but you can do it pretty quickly. I think I've formed it by about 1550, something like that, so we'll see if I can replicate that. Alright, plus this is just not really a good choice ever, because it just makes people dislike you, and unless you have no plans of okay, I looked at that again and I realized that I don't care about the papacy, and I realized that doing it's a good idea, but in other cases it's a bad idea to do it. That's why I was advising you not to do it, but I lied. So yeah, that's reality, everybody. And so now my tax went up a little bit, so hooray for me. I'm learning new things all the time, and I believe that in 1.8 they made that decision more specific to the area, because I'm pretty sure before it would affect larger Catholic nations. Like if you did it even as Tuscany, or like for example if you did it as like a minor German state like Mecklenburg, for example, Austria, France, and Spain would all like hate you along with the Papal State. So like basically all the large Catholic nations would just hate your guts, and it would make it pretty much impossible to do anything. So that's the reason why I didn't do that. Alright, so also the advantage of choosing Tuscany is that you start as a republic, and republics are some of the most interesting and good nations to play, as there are, really, because hang on a second, I'll liven things up in a minute. Oh wait, what? Oh, okay. First of all, republics, the way the leaders work, as you might know, every single time you have to pick a new leader, you can either pick a new one, like, or you can pick the same fellow again. And every time you pick that same fellow, he gets a point added to his skill in one or more administrative areas, like administrative, diplomatic, or military. So basically, your leader gets better and better as time goes on. Now you can change this to a kingdom, which is what I will probably do at some point, but, oh. Okay, well, we won't be taking Ancona out. I apologize. I thought that, oh, wait a second. Austria doesn't like me. Okay, well, I understand why now. Alright, so, we'll keep improving relations with them. I need to form a claim on Siena pretty much straight away, because you need to get Siena as fast as possible, because if you don't get it, someone else is gonna get it, and that's pretty much how it works with Italy. It's gotta be really fast, and okay, well, that wasn't planned, but I'll join it because England. Wow. Okay. Well, Portugal didn't even help. That's kind of sad. No, don't accept Milan. As much as they might not like you, don't do it. You don't want Milan. You do not want to ally with Milan. You want Milan to stay alive, but you don't want to help them stay alive. You want to be the ones that kill them, basically. Righty. Yes, you want Mantua on your side. The biggest thing with Italy is managing how you expand and making sure that you expand in a way that doesn't end up killing you. Because if you don't expand in a way that doesn't end up killing you, I hardly need to tell you exactly what will happen. Also, I may have made a horrible mistake and this may be over before it began, because look at me, I'm getting killed. Oh, Milan saved my life. It's a miracle. Well, kids, that's, guess that's just how the cookie's gonna crumble for England. That was potentially a disastrous situation, everybody. I almost died. It could have been the end of Tuscany before it even began. Instead, the people that I said you need to hate and need to kill came and saved my life. Ah, my, how diplomacy works, doesn't it? I think I'll cut off this part once I have annexed Siena and potentially vassalized Urbino, if I can get to that point. We'll see what happens, but in the meantime, I need to do this, make your leader a ruler, because you really don't want to fall behind on military technology. And boom. Let's go. Team Italy. And bam, there goes Siena's army, and just wait for it, and you're gonna kill it. Because you want easy war score. Plus, once the army's gone, it's not gonna come back. And there you go. Now it's just a waiting game. I highly suggest maintaining relations with Austria as long as you can, because until France is a surefire ally with you, it won't work out too well for you if you try to expand into HRE territory, because Austria generally steps in, and I'm kind of surprised that they didn't step in with Siena, because as you can see, it is a part of the empire, but I guess they just didn't feel it was necessary. Alright, the Papal State just declared war on Ancona. That really sucked. Didn't want to have to do that, but I would have rather lost the stability than gain the inflation at the moment, so... Yeah, as you can see, the Papal State did not make a very good call. Although they do have Burgundy on their side, but they're fighting Urbino, Aragon, Naples, and Savoy, and excuse me, sorry. Siena acquitted. I don't really care. I don't care much about Republican tradition. I'll tell you why, because it just doesn't really do anything. It just doesn't matter. It reduces your national unrest, but that's something that you can handle anyway. If you get it low enough, that's how you switch to a king. You have to keep picking the same person over and over again in election time, and at a certain point, even if that person dies, just pick somebody and keep picking them over and over again and losing Republican tradition. And once your tradition drops below 20, I believe is the magic number, you'll get an event that's saying, we need a king. You'll gain 1 stability, and then the next event that you get will be to make yourself a a despotic monarchy, I think, is the one that it starts you off with. We won the Siege of Siena, and we'll choose administrative power this time. And lo and behold, we annexed them. A lot of people probably won't like us for that, but that's okay. Check the opinion map mode. Yeah, the Italian nations hate us, but everybody else doesn't really care, so not really surprised. Now would probably be as good a time as any to form, or annex rather, the Papal States. Although I have to be careful about doing this. Oh yes, when I say annexing, I mean vassalizing. You don't want to annex the Papal States, trust me. Not until you're absolutely ready. Alright, so Ferrara entered a military coalition against me, and I'm just going to ignore them completely. Medina hates me. Ferrara is my rival. Ancona dislikes me rather strongly. Essentially, all you need to form Italy as well is to get Lombardia, Firenze, Siena, Ancona, and Roma. So you don't need any of this. And you don't need any of Venice either. You literally just need central and northern Italy. Like little bits of northern Italy. Alright, I've got enough money. I'll hire a diplomatic advisor and a military leader. Discipline for my army, diplomatic reputation to boost my relations with everybody else. Always a good thing. I'm going to fabricate a claim on Rome. And I'm also going to fabricate a claim on Modena, because I think I'll need it where Ferrara doesn't like me. I'm probably going to have to try to expand northward and take Medina if I can, or vassalize Ferrara, one of the two. Forming Italy is a relatively delicate balance of annexation and vassalization, because you can annex Siena and Ancona if you like, but the Papal State and other Italian nations that you need to get territory from are a whole different barrel of fish. Still in this war with England, but they seem to be having a rather rough time of it. It seems to be pretty close between Aragon and Burgundy. Now might actually be a really good time to strike. Yeah, I think I might be able to do that if I can get out of this, get my claims fabricated on the Papal State before this war ends. I might be able to vassalize them. And if I manage to get that done, well then we're on a roll. Uh-oh. Naples is occupying them. That's not cool. Just waiting for my technologies to pop up. Crap. I don't think my ideas are gonna work. I think if I had that casus belli about 5 minutes earlier, I would have been in a perfect position to do it, but I don't think it's going to work, because I think that the Papal State will end up allied with Burgundy still, and there's absolutely no way I'm going to go to war with Burgundy unless France helps, so, and it's somewhat unlikely that they will, considering they're still fighting the 100 Years' War, but you never know what could happen. If there's one thing I've learned, you really don't know what could happen. Burgundy won't join them, so this is actually a really good time to do so. We discord them. We're gonna take it easy and just wait. Hopefully Aragon doesn't take any land from the Papal State, otherwise we'll have a rather bit of an issue, really. There's our military and trade going up. Our administrative won't belong behind. This is the part where I keep Cosimo de' Medici, and now I'm gaining 10 in each of these. Did he gain 2 points in each of his... Did he gain a point in each of his skills? Yes, he did. He gained 1 in diplomatic and 1 in military. That's not bad at all. I really want Ancona, but I know that it's just not a good idea right now. Actually, I could expand northwards instead. Although, no, I'm not ready. Not yet. Wait, hang on a second. Oh, I very well may be ready. Or if I'm not, I can make myself ready pretty quickly. Alright, let's see what Aragon does with the Papal State. We might move north and vassalize Ferrara to finish off this Oh, wait, let's see what happened. They're at peace. Let's see, will Burgundy intervene? Yes, they will. And I'm not gonna fight Mantua, so Milan will join them. Mantua will join me. We'll see what happens. Not a whole lot else to say. France's war exhaustion is certainly not helping. If they didn't have that, they might help me. Also, hang on a second, I didn't do something very important. Didn't get a royal marriage with them. That didn't improve their relationship with me in the slightest. Alrighty. Not sure whether to be shocked or horrified. Or both. Alright, so good idea group to get is diplomacy. Very, very good idea, because you'll be doing a lot of that. I think I'm just gonna do something soon, and we'll see what happens. And if I'm doing something, it's definitely not gonna be that, so... Uh-oh. There's a chance that Austria will get drawn into this indirectly. I might try it against my better judgment. But first of all, we'll look at Milan's army and their force limit. 10. So Milan can... It'd be one heck of a close run affair. That's for sure. Misclicked a couple times there. You know what? We're gonna go on an adventure here. Let's go. Pause. Alright. So my grand strategy here is to let Medina make it into Pisa and then go into Medina and kill Ferrara's army immediately. But Milan may kill me here in a second if I don't get this battle. Okay, Medina may have just Mantua may have just saved my life, so I'm gonna repay the favor if I can make it in time. Yeah, alright, so we just won the war. And that's why sometimes it does pay to take chances, kids. Alright, now it's time to go march back here and kill Medina's army. Savoy does not like me. Holy crap. Can't really say I'm surprised. Probably has something to do with me occupying all their prospective expansion zones. Were you going somewhere, Ferrara? And there you go. Essentially, I've just done everything I needed to do. Oh boy. Alright, so we're gonna take it easy. We're gonna do this one province at a time because I don't really want to die. And Milan may or may not go over their force limit, so I don't know what's gonna happen to little Mantua over there, but we'll see. need to improve relations with Savoy immediately. Because... oh man, Milan has... oh dear. This could be a bit tricky. Oh, I'm so dead. And by I'm so dead, I'm apparently so alive. Wow. We smoked them quite thoroughly. And Mantua just killed Milan's army completely. They won't be coming back. Not for a little while anyway. And now it's just a matter of besieging Ferrara. Oh, that's perfect. They annexed Medina. Guess what that means? I can vassalize and get access to both of these, rather than vassalizing both of them separately and getting an enormous aggressive expansion. Well, Mantua is just doing all the work for me. Something that would be even better if I could do it would be to potentially vassalize both Ferrara and Milan in one war, but I don't think I'll be able to do that because Milan has a notoriously high value when it comes to vassalization, annexation. Lombardia is a very valuable province. As you can see, 41%. It's actually ridiculous. I'm gonna check here in a second. I'm gonna return my diplomat from France. And we're gonna check to see if we're gonna check to see if I can vassalize Milan in this war, or if I can't. Also, I apologize if I don't necessarily say specifically what you need to do. See what I mean? Also, I'll bit back to what I said. I won't be able to vassalize them in this war. I'll need to take at least, like, they'll need to lose both of these provinces before I can even vassalize them. And I will vassalize them in the end, because the aggressive expansion from taking Lombardy will be ridiculous, and I'm not even gonna touch that. But I might be able to get a province from them in addition to vassalizing Ferrara. But the question is, I'm not sure if I should go for it or not. Because who else? What else am I gonna do? It could be risky to wait. Oh, they unbesieged Ferrara. That's just filthy. All right, Medina, you're going to avenge that. I can see. Support the school. As soon as I'm done occupying Lombardia, I'll move back to Ferrara. And we'll do that, and that's done. And back we go. Oh, I killed the rebels for them. How kind of me. Guess that's just who I am. I'm a giver. Now I have the option to get an extra diplomat, which I will accept. Oh my, okay. Let's slow down. And there. Decline. And first I'm going to send my diplomat back to France because I want my relations to keep going up. Because it's looking like, oh man, oh man. Royal marriage, because Austria loves me, and guess what that means? Easy HRE expansion if I can keep them friendly. So here's what's going to happen, alright? We're going to do a little bit of a shifty shift here. First we're gonna keep Cosimo de' Medici because the old fella hasn't died yet. It's amazing. And second, I don't know what second was, but I'm sure it was important. Anyway, we're just gonna wait things out and see what happens here. Another tech progression. Got better infantry. I tend to choose man-at-arms because if I don't have to attack, it's best to just not attack. Yeah, I'm not gonna take Parma from Milan in this war. If only because Mantua is about to take it, so that would be kind of awkward if I gave it to Mantua. Although, I guess there's a possibility that they would eventually allow me to vassalize them, but that possibility is far down the road, and I'm gonna need Parma or Liguria or something to actually get there. So here's what's gonna happen. We're going to accept that treaty, and we're just gonna finish off Ferrara. In elaboration of what I was gonna say earlier and then I completely forgot, I apologize if I don't offer specific advice, but if you follow what I'm doing, like generally with the alliance systems and with the like missions, declaration of war, fabricating of claims, etc., etc., you should be able to fairly reasonably accomplish what I'm trying to do here. And as soon as this war is over, I'm going to conclude part 1. Essentially, this is just a let's play / walkthrough. Wow. These guys are putting up a better fight the second time around than they did the first, and they have fewer people. EU4. Crazy stuff. Hopefully in your save, Urbino won't ally with Aragon and Savoy, although I know that that's usually who they ally with. The Papal States are usually kind of a wild card. Another tech progression. And it doesn't appear, thanks to my expert leader, it doesn't appear that my oh. Well, the Papal State just did a bit of cloak and dagger. And there we go. Tuscany is now our, Ferrara is now our vassal. Milan hates us. Austria loves us. Pretty much everybody who I don't care about hates me. But everybody that I need loves me. It's exactly how I like my things to go. Ferrara apparently now loves me. I mean, it's not surprising. It's really hard not to. Ancona is quaking in their boots, or shaking, is it? I don't know. Venice really hates me. That's a little bit problematic, but with allies in Austria and France, I mean, is Venice really going to do anything to me? I mean, let's be realistic about this. Venice, Austria, France, Venice, Austria, France. I think you get my point. In other words, no Venice, Austria, France, and maybe like a piece of Tuscany right here or something like that. I don't know. We'd see what they would let me have. Mantua seems to be dropping in their opinion of me. Probably because of the aggressive expansion that you can see there, -13. And the fact that they may or may not want to expand, who knows. But as I said, I'm going to stop here for tonight, and that will be part 1 of the walkthrough of how to form Italy. As I said, it doesn't tell you specifically everything to do, but what I am telling you is generally the path that you need to follow and the things that you should do if you observe what I'm doing that will lead you to be able to form Italy. Vassalization mixed with some annexation and province taking, particularly here and here, is the path that we're going to take. There are other methods. Mine is probably one of the best, and I'm not saying that to be, I don't know, proud of myself or egotistical. I'm saying that because it is generally one of the easiest ways to do it. But you'll find out, and we'll find out as long as I don't horribly fail. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.